lot of people cherry pick pairings. I'm going to show you some quick tricks on how to do that using the desktop application. The desktop application can be downloaded from the settings tab of the online version of PBS, and more information is in the Navtech documentation as well as in the gouge. This is just a quick visual to kind of just give you a taste of how it works. Okay, when we first open up the bids window, this is what we're going to see. Start pairings, award line reserve, start reserve. These are just the system generated bids at the bottom of every bid group. They can't be edited. Just don't worry about them. They're always there. But first of all, to add bids, we've got to have a bid group to add them into. So we'll click on Add up here. Start bid group. And this is something that catches a lot of people. You have to start the bid group first. If you're to click on Prefer Off, Award Pairings, it would start you down a dead-end road because you don't have a bid group to add them to. Okay, first of all, look how it says Start Pairings over here in light blue. This is like the scratch pad of your FMS. It's like something you've put in, but you haven't brought it up into your legs or your root page. So we're going to go ahead and take this. We want it in our bid, so we're going to hit Apply, and now it's a bid. Of course, we've still got it selected. That's why it's still showing over there in light blue. I'm going to hit Reset, and now let's add some Prefer Off dates. Again, notice how it's in light blue. It doesn't have a number. It's not a bid yet. We hit Apply, and it does have one. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cherry pick some trips. These cherry pick trips will go behind wherever you have selected. In this case, it's going to go starting at 3 or behind 2. But if you're adding them somewhere else in a longer bid, select where you want them to go behind, and then go over to the Pairings tab and select the trips you want. Okay, so let's go to the Pairings tab. These are all the trips. It's important to realize that these are only the trips you can bid in. So transition trips that were assigned to somebody last month aren't there. Likewise, if you're a captain, you're not going to see the co-pilot only trips in there. And so they're already kind of filtered, whereas the bid package does not do that. You can click on the little plus signs and open up the trips and see the details. I'm not going to do that just because I plan on posting this on YouTube and I don't want the hotel names out in public. That's about the only thing I can think of that's a security issue. While I'm here, I'll show you a couple tricks. You can choose which columns or which items you want to see. So for example, equipment. Well, you know, does it really matter if it's a dash 300 or dash 200, 777, you know, it doesn't matter, they could substitute. So I try to declutter it a little bit, so I take away the equipment positions. It's only going to show you the positions that you can bid on. You know you're going to fly with a co-pilot if you're a captain, and if you're captain, you're going to know you're going to fly with a co-pilot. So some of that information is a little bit extraneous. You can also change the width of the columns. And you can also sort by any of these columns. So if you want to see the long trips first, well, click on it once and it sorts one way. Click on it again, it sorts the other way. You could sort by days, check-in, check-out, credit. You know, just basically anything you have a column for, you can sort on. So let's say I want to lay over in Amsterdam. So click on Amsterdam stations, and this is a filter. So now I'm showing all the Amsterdam layovers. If I wanted multiple selections, I'd hold the control key. So let's say I wanted Amsterdam and Boston. I'd click on search. And these are all the trips that lay over in Amsterdam or Boston. So once again, now that I've got them sorted, kind of narrowed down, why don't I go ahead and sort them, let's say most credit. So the most credit ones are at the top. And I highly encourage you to look at the details. Click on the plus. The trick is if you start at the bottom and move up, it goes much faster. Again, I'm not going to do that just because I don't want to show off the hotel names. So let's say I've decided which ones I like. Just click on the one you like. Click on Award. Click on this. Click on Award. If you want multiple trips worth the same value that you want to put them in the same preference, hold the control key. while you hold the other ones. Click on Award. Now down here, 3506, I'm going to bid for that. Notice it occurs on multiple days. If I only care about, let's say, the 26th, I am going to have to go in and edit that and state that I want it on the 26th. So click on Award. Go over to my bids. Now all these pairings are in order. Let's say I only want the one on the 26th for 3506. I click on Edit. Depart on, Date List, 26, and Apply. Now I've updated that. Another cool thing is this Analyze tool. I already had it selected because I use it so often, but it's worth going into the documentation to see what every different statistic over here tells you, and it will also tell you which trips are down here. But I can go through 3504, there's only one trip that matches that. 3509, there's one trip that matches that. 3502, 03, 3516, there are actually 12 pairings that match that. Well, if I look down at the bottom part of the screen, these are the pairings that match that. And actually I can see that I wouldn't get the one on the first, the third, or the fourth, because those are eliminated by my preference too. See how when I hover over that, it tells me? Where this is really handy is, let's say I said I wanted 3506 on May 25th. Well, if it doesn't operate on May 25th, I'm going to see a 0 over here. So it gives you some kind of feedback that you've made an error. Anyway, we can go into this much deeper, and perhaps I'll do another video. This is my first video on PBS to give you more details of this Analyze tool, because it is quite a powerful feature. But that's it for now. Just wanted to show you how you can easily cherry pick pairings. Thanks.